Okay, I hope this thing is working now. A little bit of a crazy situation here. The settings were slightly off, and that was my fault. This is one of those things. I'm using brand new software, and I'm still learning it. Hi, Levi. Now let me see what I can do here as far as. What a mess. Um, I switched over to vMix because for some reason OBS just went completely crapped out. And I was going to start using vMix anyway. And I still haven't got what I need set up yet, but bear with me because I'm going to be multitasking through this. I'm going to let the stream build up a little bit before we really start going. And I'm going to have to do a little bit of editing, I think. So I hope everybody's not over on the other stream looking for me because I'm over here. Yeah, it's just a simple, I had the wrong camera. And the camera that I normally use has a built-in mic, and for whatever reason I got the wrong. There's two different settings for Brio, which is the type of webcam that I'm using. So, what can I say? Alright, what was I going to do here? Okay. I'm going to go over there. Probably going to wind up having to take a couple screenshots here in order to get the stuff in the room that I wanted. It's been an interesting night. Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Chad. Welcome to the Murtathon. Absolute flocking mess. Now, the one thing that happened is apparently within the last hour or two, an outfit called Lee's Stories, or a fact-checking website, put up a headline, and it's military did not rescue over 35,000 malnourished caged children out of U.S. tunnels. And I'm going to, rather than go through and read this whole damn thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the chat, and everybody can check this out. And I hope I've got audio and I'm not talking to myself. So I'm going to wait for an audio check, I guess. Audio, yeah. And oh no, I hope I got audio. Do I have audio? Okay, anybody out there give me an audio check? Oh, thank God. I was about ready to close this thing down. Ah, man. Well, you can see I'm not going to be going to work for CNN anytime soon, at least not as a control room engineer or anything like that. I'll stick to my other area of expertise, I guess. But this is basic. Now, this is a publication I've never heard of. And basically, their About Us says that Lead Stories is a fact-checking website that is always looking for the latest false, deceptive, or inaccurate stories or media making the rounds on the internet. And so what they wound up doing on here is they did a story on this 35,000 malnourished caged children crap that's been going around, mainly by Tim Holmseth. Claim originated in early April on a series of videos. Let's see what the series of videos are. And it goes right to Timothy's website. And then it's summarized in an article that was published on before its news story here. I don't know who the hell this is, but apparently the fact-checking periodical Leaked Stories goes around and finds these stupid stories, and puts them up on the internet, or puts them up on their own website. And it goes down through traumatized children, some who have never seen the light of day, pregnant preteens, deformed babies, piles of little corpses whose bodies are apparently used for organ harvesting, children locked in cages, electroshocked and traumatized, blah, 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 blah. And it goes down through and it gets different quotes on the that they've extracted from here and there. Mainly, this is all Tim Homeseth's crap. The Pentagon duty officer for public affairs operations Susan Go told Leaked Stories, "We never heard of an allegation about an underground child abduction ring, nor a Pentagon pedophile task force. The only child rescue service we are aware of is the Human Exploration Operative Hero Children Rescue Corps, which is a program developed by the United States Immigration Customs Enforcement, ICE, Homeland Security Investigations," so on and so forth. And of course, it just goes in. It's a long article, and this Q and Tell comes up with children in tunnels, and this is actually the picture used in the video is a salt mine that's used as a warehouse. And I've been to this particular location when I drove truck. I just find it curious. Leaked Stories would like to offer readers some questions to consider if in future stories like this one appear on the internet regarding child rescues. Who is publishing the claim? Are they trying to sell something? Books, videos, seminars? Are they reliable? Is there a photo or video evidence? Well, the first question would be that Tim Homeseth is trying to make money off of this. And there is no photographic or video evidence because it's all stock stuff. And yes, Tim Homeseth does have a book. He has a YouTube video. As far as seminars, he hasn't gotten that far yet. That would probably be in the future. And of course they say, why don't these guys have helmet cams, body cams, cell phones? Why are the victims and rescuers not named? How difficult would be to keep an operation this size a secret? The answer is quite difficult. Is there a shed of official confirmation? No. How likely is it that an operation running such an operation would only communicate with one journal or a random person on Facebook to get the word out? Don't they know how to set up WordPress or upload a video to YouTube? Apparently not. NewsGuard, a company uses trained journalists to rank the credibility of websites, describes beforeitsnews.com as a website that hosts user-submitted content and regularly publishes false information and conspiracy theories. According to NewsGuard, the site does not maintain basic standards of accuracy and accountability. And Jada Smith is a professional journalist, which is something that Tim Homeseth apparently doesn't like. Yeah, I've never heard of this. A couple people sent me this thing, and I said, whoa. and it's basically a fact-checking entity. And the problem with this, apparently, is Tim Holmseth went absolutely nuts. And I'm going to go over to his Facebook. And I just lost my VMix. Get back here, VMix. And I lost the other. This thing is just... Well, I hope I didn't knock myself off the air. I seem to have lost my other YouTube. Let me knock this one out. Okay, thanks YouTube. Alright, I don't know what's going on here. Sloppy times tonight. I was worried. I thought I knocked myself off the air. Let's see. I gotta reopen this. Okay, here we go. But Tim Holmseth went. Nope, I don't want that one. I guess I'm gonna have to. Sometimes this thing works, sometimes it doesn't. So we'll do it this way. Okay. Okay, but he came up with, his headline is, "Those with the most to lose are the loudest." Well, the thing of it is Tim Holmseth is the loudest. He goes Q2576, which I have no idea what the hell that means. CPS, kidnappers, and murderers. And he goes, some very specific people are screaming very, very loud. Am I screaming? Are any of you guys screaming? This is screaming! I'm not screaming. Sorry about that, guys. Hope I didn't blow some earphones out on that. But, I'm trying to tell Tim the difference between screaming and offering a level-headed dissent, which apparently he's not capable of with this article. I wish the hell he'd do a video. I'd love to see him do a video of this thing. Anyway, I managed to wake everybody up. There are very, very specific names. Absolutely insist you must not believe any reports that children have been abducted by CPS and are now being rescued. Well, let's qualify that. There may or may not be a problem with CPS, but Timothy Charles Holmseth has nothing to do with rescuing children. There is no Pentagon Pedophile Task Force, and that comes straight from the Pentagon. So, in basic street language that people can understand, Timothy Charles Holmseth is full of shit. Even the Pentagon says it. He's full of shit. There is no PPTF. Never heard of Tim Holmseth. There's no 35,000 kids that have been rescued. Just, it ain't happening. Yeah, he's been playing around with that stupid car again. I don't know why he's putting the curtains up unless it's the sunshine. He must be pointing that car in a direction where he's getting the sun right in the car. Because in his old videos, you can see the surroundings. And I think that's it. I think he's having a freak fest over wanting people to not see where he's at, even though it's the same damn location he's always been at. Because Tim Holmseth doesn't realize that you can RF track his Wi-Fi. And you can find out who is logging on to their Wi-Fi. But poor Tim Holmseth doesn't realize how closely he's being monitored. But that's good for now. Let him put all the curtains he wants in his windows. That's not going to stop an RF signal. Anyway. And of course, Levi Page got named again. Tim Holmseth has had an obsession with Levi Page, along with me, for the past 12 years. That's just Timothy. And And here's what happened. The Pentagon Pedophile Task Force previously reported some 35,000 children were rescued from underground bunkers and bases throughout the United States. It's true. They were. No, it's not true. They were not. It's a complete fracking lie. Timothy's the biggest fracking liar. And in fact, the number is higher now. No, it is not. There is no such rescue. There's no tunnels under New York City that has kids in cages that are deformed and look like moles and blah, 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 blah. It just ain't there. The October 2019 report that 2,100 children were rescued by U.S. Marines from underground in California was a strategic release of factual, no, not factual, information as part of a larger intelligence operation. Operation Boomerang is highly successful. Really, Operation Boomerang has nothing to do with missing children. Operation Boomerang is something that Tim Holseth and those yo-yos that he's working with made up to go around stalking people. They've got a website up where they've got all our personal information on there. I've been getting telephone calls 2 days in a row, over 100 hang-up calls since that thing went up because Tim Holseth put up my damn telephone number. You know, I don't know what the federal government needs a guy in a car filled with junk to go around setting up some obscure account to keep track of the names, addresses, telephone numbers, and personal information of ordinary citizens. That happens to be unconstitutional. But Tim Holmesat doesn't believe in the Constitution. So, what can I say? Anyway, we move on. And, of course, he gets on May 8, 2020, some woman named Gita Smith went on a blog she calls Lead Stories and wrote fact check. Now, apparently, Tim Holmseth, as usual, doesn't bother to do his homework to understand that Gita Smith is a professional journalist. She works for one of the biggest newspapers in the United States. And she does not own Lead Stories. Lead Stories is a consolidation of many people that work to track down various fake news throughout the internet. And that's not just on the extreme right, it's on the left, it's on the center, it's on conservative, it's on Democrat. If there's fake news being put out by anyone on there, it hits this newspaper or this website. And Tim Holmseth calls it a joke. It's not a joke. These are people combating people like Tim Holmseth who put out this crap. And Tim Holmseth has gotten real angry because he's been caught again, this time by a credible source. You know, a major metropolitan newspaper, one of the top reporters in the country, called him out. And he doesn't like it. We think as they protest too much. Well, the same thing can be applied to Tim Holmseth because he sure is making a big deal out of this website. And in fact, if it hadn't have been for Tim Holmseth and a couple other people, nobody would have heard about this. But now, it's on my channel, it's going to be on all the channels. It's going to spread like wildfire because, once again, Tim Holmseth opened his big fat mouth and we go down this road. Now, in a bit of interesting information, a couple days ago, somebody sent me some information in the by direct message to me. And a direct message had to do with some rather interesting history by Timothy Holmseth. And this had to do with a couple of incidents that I have yet to be able to confirm. When this first came to me, there are a total now of 3 incidents. I'm going to write a blog tomorrow about the third one. I'm going to go up here. I'm scrolling up through. The first one that I wrote about Um, Boy, somebody's been busy. I'm trying to... Okay, the very first one was the Peeping Tom one. And this is from the Star Tribune, which is a Minnesota newspaper, dated August 30th, 2006. And as I wrote about, it is the person that sent this told me that this is a article that appeared. Tim Holmseth apparently got accused of peeping into the windows of a child's bedroom, or, you know, the residence, whatever. And so I immediately started looking for this article, couldn't find it. I even called the damn newspaper, and they say, well, we don't have archives back that far. It's a relatively small newspaper, so on and so forth, so I have not had any luck with tracking down that story. And then, almost the next day, I got another article, this one from the Grand Forks Herald. And apparently in June 6, 2004, it is alleged that Tim Holmseth served a brief time in jail for, let's see, let me read this article. I tried to bring it over, but the print's so damn small it doesn't show up. But basically the article says this. During the evening hours of March 20th, officers were called to the 1500 building of Hollybrook Apartments for a possible sexual harassment complaint. Further investigation revealed that a 13-year-old female had been receiving inappropriate messages from a 29-year-old male, later identified as Timothy Charles Holmseth. Officers found several messages from Holmseth attempting to solicit sexual acts from the juvenile victim, including sending sexually explicit photographs. Now remember, Tim Holmseth has got pictures of his son dressed in female clothing, and he also has a daughter. So there's any guess as to where these pictures might have sourced, or maybe he's allegedly got other sources to come up with these sexually explicit photographs, or maybe these sexually explicit photographs are of him himself. You know, that's possible. He's been accused of masturbating on camera, so you never know. And the article finishes up. Holmseth was located later that night and was charged with sexual solicitation of a child under the age of 18 to engage in prohibited sexual acts, Class B felony, endangering the welfare of a child, Class G felony, and indecent exposure, first degree misdemeanor. He was held at SCI on $28,000 secured bond. Now, again, I couldn't find the information, and what apparently had happened, from what I've been told by this source, is that the newspaper published this prematurely. The police department found out about it, told them not to publish it anymore, and the article apparently has been removed from the newspaper, even though this person managed to grab a copy of the newspaper before it went down, and the same is true of the other one. Generally, the law states that you cannot go around releasing information on crimes against children. They're very specific about it. The rules vary from state to state, but for some reason, these two cases, they did not want this story out there. And so, according to the source of the information, this is basically what happened. And we move on. Now, the information I got today, which I haven't published yet, is rather surprising, because this kind of information generally is not available to the public. It's, you know, and I'm going to write about this tomorrow, but basically, and if I'm not paying attention to the chat, it's because I'm trying to concentrate on these documents that I have. They're rather extensive, and if I look over too much at the chat, I'm going to lose my train of thought, and I'm going to wind up answering the chat. And it just happened, but I'm going to let everybody know that Mary mentioned this book, which I have a copy. I have 2 copies of this dumbass book. And, excuse me, as I wrote in my articles, Tim has actually talked about being institutionalized because he was so damn drunk. He passed out, wound up waking up on the floor of a hospital. Didn't understand how the hell he got there until the hospital told him. Said, you got yourself drunk, you almost died, and we had to revive you, and you're on the floor of a mental institution. So, anyway. So, I get this confidential, do not release, or redisclose, or whatever the hell they put on here. A document that it's hard to read over the print, but apparently it's from somewhere around 1982. An admission into the institution on June 21st, 1982, and the person was discharged June 25th. This is a course of 3 days, which means that somebody got Baker acted, or whatever the hell they might call it in Minnesota. And so, who got Baker acted in this adolescent psychiatry report that really should not have been released? You know, somehow somebody got a hold of this thing having to do with a then minor individual who is now an adult. And this came from the Fergus Falls State Hospital, and I did some research, and it's a mental institution in the state of Minnesota. And it starts out identifying data. Timothy is a 17-year-old white male who lives with his mother and grandmother. Really? He was referred for admission by blurred out Hutchinson probation officer. He was recently at the Jonesboro Detention Center for 2 to 3 weeks. He was a court-ordered administration. He was admitted on 6/21/82 and discharged on 6/25/82. Brief history. Timothy presented for admission accompanied by his probation officer. He was described as having suicidal ideation for 2 weeks prior to admission. He indicated that he ran away with his girlfriend because her parents forbade her to see him anymore. He said they were upset because he was engaging in sexual encounters with her. There was a conversation that concerned staff at the detention center. Reportedly, Timothy and his girlfriend were going to have a baby and then sacrifice the child. Timothy denied this type of behavior. There was also a question about his involvement with Satanism. Timothy, however, indicated that he was not involved in Satanism, but witchcraft. Supposedly, Timothy chased a younger child with an axe and attempted to set a house on fire. Alright, now do remember that in this book, Timothy Charles Holmseth admits to an incident of arson. He admitted to setting a bunch of wood on fire in a yard or driveway. The neighbor caught him. He was deathly scared that she was going to tell his father, and so on and so on. So this gets into the arson. He denied this behavior. He reported that his girlfriend's family reported this so that they could get him in trouble. He was also accused of sexual acts with his sister. And, yeah, Tim Holmseth has a sister. Timothy admits to a history of violence. He said prior to admission he did attempt to enunciate, I guess is the word, a peer's eye at school on several different occasions during the school year. He related that he was suspended on one occasion because he set a fire in his science classroom, and also would walk off on campus on several occasions. He was disruptive to the school environment. He was also disrespectful to teachers. He has been accused of terroristic, threatening, and sexual deviance. There has been previous psychiatric treatment. Timothy indicated he has heart problem, asthma, bronchitis, and migraine headaches, which Tim, I believe, has mentioned at least a couple times that he has problems. Provisional diagnosis: paranoid schizophrenia with auditory delusions, sexual deviance, and pedophilia. Now again, this is unverified. This was basically submitted to me. Normally these kind of reports are not made to the public, so I don't know what to make of this. I know that whoever reported this needs to learn how to type, because the grammar in this thing is terrible. But, you know, I've seen official documents like this before, where they just, you know, it looks like this was made on, 1982. They were still using IBM selective typewriters. And, oh darn, I missed a whole bunch of whatever that was. Alright, what did I miss? Okay, moderate extremist went and bleeped whoever that was. Yeah, that idiot's been in here before, so thanks. Because I've been paying so much attention to this damn document. But I was amazed, and the one thing I asked the person to do, if they could stop in on my chat, is explain all this, because this is, you know, I missed all this, and I've done extensive research in Homestead, and I hadn't found any of this. But if you look at all the documents, this one that I haven't transferred over here yet, but I'm going to, is that, as a matter of fact, let me do this. I'm going to try and bring this over, and I'm completely unfamiliar with this software, so you'll have to excuse me. But let me do an input here. I'm going to do an image. Click access. See if I'm able to do this. Okay. Alright, this is the document in question now. I don't know how to zoom in on this or anything yet because I haven't learned it. But I will be publishing this document on my next blog, which I will do right after this webcast. And I'm going to go in and see. I've got settings here. Maybe I can position. Let's see what position does. Okay, I might be able to zoom this in. Let's see. Okay, there we go. And now I can probably... Okay. Okay, well, that's good enough for government work. But that gives you an idea. This is what I've been reading. Well, that might be the case. I can't take the credit for this document. This document was sent to me along with the others by a confidential source. And the confidential source claims that this is something that they were able to discover about Homestead. There, now I'm going to try and see if I can... I'm going to have to start writing down these different pan options. This is, this looks like an official document. This is some kind of a number. I don't know what this is, and professional diagnosis and all that. And if we go back, I don't know if but you can see that it says right here that right there, it's Timothy Charles Holmseth, patient, admission, blah, 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 blah. So this is someone apparently has gotten hold of what looks like an official document. And, it's just like Tim Holmseth has put up documents that he says are official about everybody else. So this has got to be an official document. This has been out for quite a long time and nobody has commented about it. Tim Holmseth has been strangely silent about this document. He has been well, unlike Tim Holmseth, I don't go around and automatically accuse people of being a pedophile. That's everybody's going to have to make up their own mind. I just think it's kind of weird that all of a sudden this crap is coming around that has this stuff on it, and virtually all of it is before Tim Holmseth got involved with this stuff. And the individual has sent me all kinds of paperwork. Now that I seem to be getting the hang of the software, I'm going to bring this other article in. And of course that. Okay, let me see if I can find this one. This is quick. Alright, now I gotta figure out where. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Okay, add input. Gotta add an image. Do browse. Oh, there we go. Alright. So I'm gonna bring this other document into the room. And again, this is okay, now I go in here. And this is written June 6, 2004 by Amy Dawson. That's a familiar name for some reason. An East Grand Forks man is behind bars after it was learned that he was sexually soliciting a minor child. During the evening hours of March 20th, officers were called to the 1500 block of Hollybrook Apartments, and this is the one I read a little while ago. And so, and again, these are documents that have been sent to me. I have no idea why I was selected for all this material, but just lucky, I guess. But again, this was in my blog. When I found these documents, I put them in the blog, and so everybody is welcome to go over there, read these documents, and you can decide for yourself what is or what is not true or accurate or whatever you want to say. All I'm doing is I'm just bringing material into this room that was sent to me by other parties, and I have yet to be able to track down an exact source. Generally, I don't like to publish stuff like this that I get out of the blue, but, you know, again, I have to go by the practices of Tim Homseth. This is what Homseth does. He puts stuff out there. He doesn't vet the stuff. So if he doesn't have to vet the stuff, I don't have to vet the stuff. I'll just have to keep digging in this to find out where these documents are coming from and how the individual that sent it to me is able to get it. Oh, okay. Because that explains the rather cryptic, because the person told me that they got rather disgusted with some of the things that have been going on lately with Tim Homseth over the past couple of weeks, and that apparently this person has found this information out. So now, if that's who that is, then, you know, I would implore that person to come in and, you know, say hi and tell me, because there was a name given to me. It's a confidential source. I do not generally give out my confidential sources without their permission, so whoever put the material up, if you wish to come in and reveal yourself, or at least comment, that is your prerogative. But I will not be releasing the name of the individual who sent me this material. Well, KevChat, it boils down to, I know the Trump followers are going to hate me with this, but it has to do with exploiting a particular political point of view. Most of the people that are involved with QAnon and some of the other issues out there are Trump supporters. And almost exclusively. These are people that believe in the deep state, believe that there's a lot of rigmarole going around on government circles and so forth. And what Tim Homseth has done is he has tapped into this. And he is apparently a very skilled propagandist. I'm surprised at how he is able to master the message, so to speak, and make crap believable. Because it's clearly obvious this is all unmitigated crap. But Tim Homseth is able to manipulate the media and you know, he's just able to twist things around to fit his narrative and do it in a way that convinces people that he is what he says he is. When anyone that had a modicum of common sense would be able to see that he's full of shit. And none of this is true. But, you know, he's a manipulator of propaganda. He knows how to, you know, you can't dismiss the fact that he's a skilled writer. He knows how to toggle information to suit his own purposes. And that is very dangerous. There's a lot of people like him that are bigger than him in this ultra-right area. You know, you got InfoWars and some of these other people that have the skills to put information out there in a manner that is going to get to people that can be swayed by a slick snake oil salesman. You know, to put this in some kind of a metaphor, because that's what he is. He's an information snake oil salesman. Quite literally for profit, because he's got his PayPal and Patreon channels up, and he's got sources of donations. He's got all of it. And, you know, it just gets to the point where, you know, you have a cult figure. People are not going to take any information, no matter how clear-cut, logical, factual, what have you, and accept it. They're going to say, Tim Holmseth is God. You know, we're going to believe everything he says, no matter how outlandish it is, no matter how easily it is to debunk, at face value. And we are going to go out and we are going to get involved in some Operation Boomerang, and we're going to put up the names, addresses, telephone numbers, employers, and so on and so forth of anybody that tries to challenge Timothy Holmseth. And that is exactly what's going on. Timothy Holmseth, Randy Lynn Erickson, Randy Q. Erickson is not a real name, have cooperated with somebody that has set up this weird website. And all they're doing is they have all of our names and addresses, email accounts, what have you. And I'm looking for something and it's disappeared. Oh, it's not. Holmseth probably doesn't have it on his. But they, you know, and what's interesting is there is a certain woman whose name is absent. Oh, God, now we have another. This is completely idiotic. Bizarre UNICEF video urging kids to accept reptilian aliens. And again, this is someone exploiting a child. Now, I'm going to write about this one because this is cruel to this child. Because I have a feeling I know what this is about. Let me go into the image here. I'm going to download this. Because I get sick and tired of people exploiting children for these conspiracy theories. You know, Tim Holmseth has done it so many times I've lost count, and now Randy Erickson's doing the same thing. I'm going to blow that thing apart. Large fire at magnesium factory in Madison. Well, apparently, magnesium stearate is also used in fireworks, but, you know, stupid is stupid. And here we go with more of this coded crap. And pandemic, hidden agenda. Yeah, sit there and broadcast fake things so people will disavow it, go out without masks, get themselves sick and die, all because people want to believe bullshit. Well, let's see, keep on going. I'm going to find that damn thing. Because I'm not sure if I bookmarked this in this browser. This stupid website that's got set up, which is actually might be a violation of the law. I want to go in here and see if they've done anything. Come on, damn, she's been busy. This woman writes so much crap, she must not have a life. I mean, I'm having to go through 20 or 30 articles to find this cyber stalking site. Unless she took it down. Because she's been known to do that. To avoid toxic tea. You know, I like this thing that she did on the sheriff. You know, they're saying that description thing and all this is about Phil McConnell and all that, and the problem is the deputy they're talking about wasn't in office when Phil McConnell was arrested. It was his replacement. So that argument went into the toilet, quite literally. Yeah, for some strange reason, let me go back over to Tin Hats. I'm not finding that website. And again, I'm not looking at the chat right now. I'm trying to find this stupid article. Operation Boomerang, where are you? Maybe the boomeranged in the other direction. Timothy Holmstead doesn't like to be being called him. Alright, here we go. Took long enough to find this crap. Let's find the link. And this article doesn't have the link. It's just got a bunch of names in it. Ah, crud. Oh well, I'll have to figure out where it is. I'm going to look at my bookmarks, and I don't have. Nope. See, I don't know how to find bookmarks in this browser. I'm using Chrome, and I can't remember how if I put it in here. Let me go over to my other browser. Because I could have sworn that I bookmarked this page. It's something social, and I can't remember bookmarks. No, it's on my other computer for years. If anybody remembers what that website is, I could use the link to it. You have to send it to me in Twitter. Because I'd have to go over to my other computer and look for it, and I don't feel like getting up. See if somebody over there's got it. Because the way this thing is set up, I can't, okay, because I know it's, alright, I know it's in here, I just gotta find it. Okay, we're getting here. This thing has been up. Okay, this is called WEGO Social. Let's see, who are they attacking? 4 days ago is as close as they've gotten to anything that I've seen on here. It's got some names on here, I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out who some of these people are. But I'm on here, Levi's on here, Alexander Goddard's on here, Julie's on here, Chad's on here, Tom is on here, William Stoggs, who's already been notified about this, Agent Margaritaville. Got a dead guy on here, which I thought was kind of interesting. You know, they even go after the dead. And there's about half a dozen people. I have no idea who they are. But it doesn't look like they've done very much with this. Because I see, let's see, 3 posts. And that's it. General Flynn's Digital Army. And I'm going to bookmark it on this browser so I have it from now on. There. But they've got 25 members. Let's see who the members are. Okay, we've got... Ah, Jersey Girls on here. Surprise, surprise. You know, Jersey Girl's the only one on here that uses her actual... You know, you don't see Tim Holmseth on here. You don't see Randy on here. None of the other people are on here. It's all these fake names. So they're probably all hiding behind the fake names. I don't know who Bach Brostrom is, but... So that's... really, I haven't seen anything new on here. You know, they basically went after Montagraph. But other than Montagraph, they got that stupid video with Timothy Holmseth on here by the High Command. So if they're hiding their criminal conduct, so that's a big nothing so far. But I suspect that all the videos and fake chats and everything that Tim Holmseth has on file will show up over there. He's put that crap up all over the place. You know, you get used to it after a while. Yeah, he's speaking a lot, protesting aloud. He does so by putting that crap up there that he knows is false. I mean, anybody that checks with the county sheriff will find that out. But, you know, is trying to convince people of facts that goes against their narrative just ain't gonna cut it. Yeah. It all boils down to politics. Tim Holmseth is exploiting it. Let's see, David Jose decided to put up basically his article, apparently. So all he did is he just brought over David Jose's comments of 2 hours ago about the article that Tim Holmseth's 15-year-old or 2015 document. So let me see what's going on in the chat. Actually, I'm going to be doing something with it. It's I'm going to try and create the Coyote Army for Truth, and you know, so we'll exploit the Coyote thing just like I did with the Task Force for Truth. So we're going to have the Coyote Army for Truth, and we're going to have a howling good time eating up the lies that Tim Holmseth keeps telling everybody. And I got the logo and everything ready to go. I just got to sit down and do it. It's, you know, just as simple as the logo I've got up for the Task Force for Truth, and then I'll title it and everything, and we'll have that. You know, so we'll be the Coyote Army for Truth. Nothing wrong with that. The the news article. Let's see. I put the link to what I'm going to do with the documents is I'm going to put them in my blog. Now I've got 2 blogs up already, so let me bring up my blog site so you guys can so the two of the documents are up in the blog and they can be downloaded because they're images. I've pinned the latest one, and let me see, how am I going to do this? This is this link goes to the second accusation. I'm doing this in reverse. But that has the document, and that's also a blog that I've just started back writing again. I hadn't been writing on this blog in forever, and so now I'm writing on it. But that gets into the second accusation. And don't let the header get in your way, because even though this is a political blog, I've kind of gotten away from the politics because of this idiot. So, and everybody knows my politics, so and this is the article about the first document that I got, which I got on the 7th. So that way you can go there and you can check it out. Yeah, let's see. This can be, I'm going to look for our official song for the We're howling for truth. Well, there you go, Divine. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. But we have that's our anthem for the Coyotes for Truth. Well, you don't lie to the government. You know, if you fail to disclose assets, that can get you in a little bit of trouble. So, well, and it doesn't stop her from doing the conspiracy crap. I mean, her page is just full of junk. And, you know, it's just... Yeah, the bankruptcy court is not her only problem. She's going to have other problems because of the outstanding cases as far as the ABSUG thing and the... I'm going to find out why. There we go. Maybe now I can close this up a little bit. Okay, let me track this story down. This one's bugging me. Well, I can't take the credit for the information, Marty. That's my confidential source is the one that found all that. I just, you know, all of a sudden I get all these documents thrown at me and say this is stuff that's been found about Tim Homseth. And, you know, so all the credit goes to whoever it is behind the username that sent me that stuff. And for the time being, I'm keeping that information confidential. You know, Tim Homseth doesn't need to be going around doxing people simply because they tell the truth about them. Alleged truth, I guess. So we'll go with that. Hey there. Oh, and the star of the show has showed up. Come on up. Say hello to everybody. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yep. Amber came up for her nightly scratch. Let me get over here where she's on camera. Yeah. You like that, don't you? Hey. Who's that? Who's that? Amber. There you go. Yeah. She's a one-position dog. Yeah, aren't you? Alright. Alright, you go. You go do your thing. Go get me a Pepsi, Amber. Give me a Pepsi. I need a Pepsi. La 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 la.
I heard you.
Okay. I'm gonna have a Pepsi magically appear here in just a minute. Oh, hi Amber. Amber's kind of next to my chair here. Hey, go get mommy. Now, but it's been one of these nights. Now, oh, I know what I was doing. Okay, okay. Thank you.
Are you doing it?
No, I don't eat on here, dear.
Well, other people.
That's not very, but I don't do that. Like, people don't need to see me eating a donut on the air. That'd be yucky. Well, most McDonald's that I know of do the or Coke products. Okay, now I'm going to be curious to see if I can find out. See if we can find out where this came from. And of course, and let's do it this way. Okay. I swear, these people are... I feel sorry for this kid. Trying to figure out where... I hate it when they put this stuff in foreign languages. Now somebody's taken and they photoshopped this poor kid. Or done something here. The damn thing's in a foreign language. Yeah, this is... Well, no video, of course. Now, I'm trying to track down this picture here. It gives me no translations, of course. Randy twisted the narrative. She took one conspiracy theory and changed into another conspiracy theory, which I thought was funny. I gotta figure out what the hell this is. Well, this is the strangest image search that I've ever done. Jeez, I'm gonna have to contact UNICEF on this one. I'm telling you, this is the strangest thing I've ever seen. What do you mean you got booted again? I'm not doing any booting. Yeah, I'm not even looking at the chat, so if anybody's getting booted, it's not me. No, I didn't mean Vatican. Okay, what this apparently is they took a kid and they made him up to look like an alien as a what if. And of course Randy took it and made I'm going to download the PDF to this thing. No, I don't want the converter. I want the damn file. And it's not going to do it. Alright, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Alright, I'm going to have to run this through a translator. Yeah, boy, I'll tell you, people believe in the stupidest things. I think whatever it is, you know, how Seth was trying to do with this video, it backfired on him. Because he just gave a whole bunch of crap to the conspiracy theorists. And let's see what this says. Don't miss the opportunity to accept someone else. Do not miss the opportunity to change your life. Okay. That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And that's just... all the NSF did is they just gave junk material to the conspiracy theorists to use, which is kind of too bad. I don't think it's a very well thought out project, whoever came up with this bright idea. Because it's obvious that the kid is in makeup. Yeah, but these people will believe anything. Oh well. Well, thanks for stopping in, Marty. You probably are gone because I wasn't paying attention to the chat. Let's see what else is going on. Golden Mirror, not necessarily. The thing I found out is that any crime involving children may not be released. There's various reasons why some things don't get released to the public. Homeseth has alluded to that himself, that sometimes things don't get made public for whatever reason. It's confidential, Remember, Tim Homeseth has all this secret information. So these arrests that's alleged to have happened with Tim Homeseth could very well be the same kind of confidential information that Tim Homeseth himself alludes to. That for whatever reason this stuff is not being released. Maybe they're trying to track down the people that Tim Homeseth at the time was possibly with that had to do with these alleged crimes, because a lot of times people don't act on their own, they act as part of a group. Kind of hard to say. I was hoping that the person behind the material would eventually show up, but apparently they're not. I haven't seen them on the board yet, so if that person comes in, maybe they will answer some questions and we can get to the bottom of it. But the person that solicited this material to me is solely responsible for their content. It does not necessarily reflect the comments of this channel or this moderator or anyone in this room. So there's that disclaimer. It's a take it or leave it. The material's there, you believe it or not. Just like Ripley used to say. TPE Gray. Yeah, I'm kind of blank on acronyms myself. To be explored? But the one thing I have noticed is generally if somebody makes a false claim about Homestead, he usually jumps on it right away, and he has chosen to ignore these 3 articles. Maybe he hopes if he ignores it, it'll go away. But that's totally dependent on the person that submitted this material to me. They can decide whether or not they want to expand on it. And so far, all he's written is Operation Boomerang, which doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Except I think people make comments over on Timmy's blog, which is where it's not supposed to be happening. But, well, I don't know what, this is the state of Minnesota. They may do things different there. I don't know. I was just surprised that in all the searching I've done over the years, I haven't been able to come across that stuff. But, until I got an explanation as to why this material was suddenly thrust upon me, I just have to put that disclaimer out there that I have no idea the validity of this material. I don't know anything about it. All I know is somebody sent it to me, and I vetted it the best I can, but I'm just a retired truck driver with a blog, so I'm not able to track this stuff down that well. Maybe somebody with better resources can get to the bottom of this and find out why I missed it, and why a lot of people have missed it, because I'm getting private messages galore saying that they haven't been able to find it either. What can I say? I'm just a messenger, folks. I don't, all I can do is relay messages, put the disclaimer in there that the information is provided by a confidential source, and it's up to the individual to decide for themselves where we go with this material. But I just find it interesting that there's, the one report, Tim Homestead has admitted in his book that he's committed at least 1 act of arson. There's reports in there about trespass, he's trespassed, burglary, so on and so forth, which means, trespass, you go on somebody's property without permission. So the one article got into him allegedly peeking in windows with children, so you'd have to trespass to do that. And it's just, there's a lot of interesting things in these reports that seem to match up with Tim Homestead's behavior as described in his own book. So, you take it for what it's worth. Oh yeah, good old Dr. Timmy. I picked 1 copy up at the Atlanta airport, and it happens to be this copy here that I keep on my desk. This one came from the airport. I have another copy that I did get online, and that one I keep separate. That's in a different area, but I keep this copy here that I got from the airport as a reference. So if I have to come up with something in the book, I can go to the book, open it up to whatever the page is, and read that excerpt. Um, and it's like the section on hell, which is the introduction to the book. Um, okay, this section here is hell, and this is his introduction to his story, and it goes down through, and in one page it gets into that uh, he fell on the floor. He weighed 85 pounds. His arm is flapping and dangling, and the guy is saying, "Don't shut your eyes." He says, "I'm dying. I am going to hell." And he admits that he was at the Northwest Medical Center in Thief River Falls, Minnesota. Now, again, when you call this institution, they will not give you any information because it's medical. And under the HIPAA law, they cannot give this information out. So if Tim Homseth had not put this in his book, we would not know about it. So that means that if Tim Homseth had been institutionalized, as was stated in the documents that I got, this one in particular, well, so you have to decide what you're going to accept. What do you mean there's no sound? If you're not getting sound, try and do a refresh. Sometimes that is it, because I'm getting sound here, and unless it's acting up again, then um, you know, because what can happen is somebody else would comment whether or not I'm getting audio, because if my audio went out again, usually everybody tells me. What do you mean I killed my audio? How did I kill my audio? Because I'm getting a level here. Let's see what's audio. All right, check your in, guys. I don't know what happened. What it might be is the buffering might be. They might be buffering off because I'm getting an error message. The audio stream's current bitrate is lower than recommended bitrate. We recommend you use. And I open the widget up, and the widget says 128 kps. And I don't know how to set the bitrate in this stupid program. So the only thing I can figure is that my software is buffering. So I'm going to have to fix that. Is this a meeting of the Illuminati traders? I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I'm just a retired truck driver with a streaming channel. I'm not a member of any Illuminati or whatever you want to call them. So arrest Bernie Sanders now. Well, I am not a supporter of Bernie Sanders, so I guess we don't have to worry about that. But this kind of one of these. Okay, I'll try not talking so damn loud. So, that's I don't know who that Arrest Bernie is, but you're in the wrong room, dude. This is not. We're talking about uh, internet fraudsters, and in one case in particular is Timothy Charles Holmseth. We're not talking about Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, or anyone else. We're talking about internet fraud in relation to Timothy Charles Holmseth and his fake task force. So. Where do you get your fake news? That document was a joke. Medusa is plotting, but we are plotting harder. The document was sent to me by an anonymous source, and I made the disclaimer, so if you want to believe the document is fake, fine. And who the hell is Medusa? Oh, I don't care. Moderate is in here. So if he wants to wrench this guy, he's welcome to do it. Who is Medusa? Because the name I have on the anonymous is just anonymous. It's, there's no real name. I have an idea who the person is, but yeah, it's just another troll. They come in once a night, and somebody will get on my comments and say, "Oh, I do it on purpose to stir up drama." I have no, with 30 people in here, there's no point in doing that. So I don't know who the hell that is. But it seems to be this time of night, these people come popping out of the woodwork. Yep, it's the same one. It's the same troll that comes in all the time. They just come in under a different name. It's more than likely it's Timmy again. Because this, it's the same pattern over and over and over again. Gee, Timmy, I don't know why you don't come in under your own name, unlike you're doing with me on your websites. I don't kick you off. Okay, it's too bad you don't have the balls to come in here under your own name. So let's... now what have we got? Just now. Tim Holmes has just put up a comment that Levi had made somewhere. Claims that Levi was busted by police for putting false information on the web where he claimed he was a criminal investigator. Well, that's interesting. I wish the police would bust Timothy Charles Holmseth for claiming that he's the spokesperson for the Pentagon Pedophile Task Force, which is a fraud. So Tim Holmseth is going after Levi Page again. So I'll leave this in here. People can go check this out. But, same pattern. Tim just is being Tim. Levi Page also blah 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 blah. Which is false, but what can I say? Oh, I'm gonna keep it at. Wonder where he posted that. Levi, if you're in here, maybe you can tell me where you posted that, because Tim Holmseth is having a burr up his ass about it. Yeah, I don't know, tomorrow's Saturday, so I don't know what he'd be doing on a Saturday. But that's alright. He'll see it. Unless Tim blocks him from the Facebook. It's alright, let's see what the handler's doing. Yeah, I swear. Randy, there must be something in that wine that she's drinking. Put out this bullshit. Does bring up an interesting point, though. All the science fiction movies you watch on the subject. Well, of course Timmy's watching, and he watches it every damn night. It seems to be about the time that he gets done with whatever he's doing and gets on the air. He never comes in under his own name, never answers any of my questions, and just acts like a complete Fruit Loop. Yeah, it's like I've talked about in the past. We're in the middle of a global pandemic. They don't have time to fool around with minnows like Tim Homseth. They would prefer law enforcement get involved because law enforcement's got a bigger case than the Pentagon does at this point. I mean, the Pentagon can nail his ass if they wanted to, but either the Attorney General, the United States Attorney General's office under the Department of Justice, the FBI, or local, state and federal law enforcement through the FBI could handle it if they felt like it. But Tim Homseth is just not important. It costs a lot of money for that kind of investigation, so, his little thing there. Oh, well, yeah, I know, Levi. He just posted that thing about you over there. I know he's lying. But, Tim is Tim. I half expected the cartoons and the illegal telephone calls to be put up again, but I guess, he knows that ain't gonna work. He may do it anyway just out of spite, but, But anyway, just in case you haven't seen it, because I am curious where this came from. So, yeah, it's just amazing. You could have learned a few lessons from radio. Because radio is better at this than he is, or was. And he's a rank amateur when it comes to this stuff. That kid's lied since he was adopted. He even lies about his birth name. Timothy Charles Homseth is not his birth name. It's a name. He legally changed his name. Not sure when, but, he's admitted that he changed his name. And he named his son after his old name. His son's first name is his old surname. That's kind of weird. I suppose he's not the only one that's done that before, but, that's what he did in this case. He named his son after his last name. And he's dead. He dived 100% into this sovereign citizen thing. I remember, and where it came out that Tim Homseth is not his legal name was that he actually filed the paperwork with the court that said Tim Homseth is not his real name. That it's something was given to him by the government or something, which I think his parents named him that because that's their surname. They are Homseth, so they named Timmy, for whatever reason, Homseth. So whoever Timothy and Charles are, there's a reason they named him that, and he apparently didn't accept it. So he reverts back to saying my real name is something Holt. Well, one of those can be, you can go to a convenience store and get Pepsi. Of course, I've drank Coke before. Anytime I go to McDonald's, they sell any size Coke for a quart or for $1. So if you can get I think it's like a 16 or a 32 ounce Coke for $1, you order it with no ice because they chill it anyway. So you're getting cold Coke without ice, which, you get less Coke, but you get free refills. So there is that. And I know, and I go to truck stops that had vending machines in there, or had the takeouts. You could actually take your big thing. I had this humongous thing that would hold a gallon of drink, and I'd get lemonade because lemonade is not carbonated and it doesn't go flat. And so you can get lemonade, and you can get all you can drink lemonade if you think you can drink more than a gallon of lemonade. But I would get the thing for on the road, and I just itched myself a little scratch. I hate that. So, well, so far we've had a halfway decent chat tonight. This is more dangerous behavior on Holmes's part because he's getting people fired up that would do something stupid. So he's putting people's safety and security in jeopardy by spreading this nonsense. Well, I figure I only live once. I mean, I'm either gonna croak from Pepsi. I'm gonna croak from the coronavirus thingamajig, and who knows? I may get shot by one of General Flynn's digital soldiers because they're going to be too stupid to realize the tent's full of shit, and they're going to take an AR-15, punch my clock out. There is going to come a day when somebody is going to get shot because of Timothy Charles Homestead and the incitement that he does on his channel. It's just a matter of time. And if it happens to me, I've got an envelope in the hands of my attorney that if I should be shot or otherwise killed, the first person you need to look at is Timothy Charles Homestead, and that will be sent to law enforcement. Well, let's see, who else is he put on here? Let's see. Cobra, Wien, Rebecca? Oh, I don't understand. I was just trying to understand what was going on there. Who's Kathy? Oops, that was a mistake. Alright. Going through all these names on here. Yeah, doesn't look like much is going to happen with him. Probably passed out. What the hell is this? Dr. GB report, answering the call. Oh, this idiot set up a channel. Well, I guess he's going to sit there and take over as I predicted. He's going to try and make a go of it. He's got 36 whole subscribers, 322 views, and this started up on the 2nd of May. Boy, he's growing. He's growing like a weed. Dr. Goodbye's report, episode 1. I think somebody told me about this. Oh, please, let's not start this. Well, I've been consuming Pepsi for probably the last 60 years, so I don't believe that. As I used to work as a lease driver for Pepsi here in Orlando, and I know the ingredients that go in, and there's no aborted fetus things in there. There'd be no reason to do that. I get so sick of these fake things, and I'm disappointed that people believe in that stuff. But you believe in what you want to believe. I'm going to keep drinking my Pepsi. Oh, what did I do now? Da, 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 da. Oh, why my caps lock keeps coming on? There we go. Well, that's fine. I will go to their website and I will check it out. 'Cause I know people at PepsiCo. I don't see any reason for putting something like that in food. I mean, it just seems kind of silly. Well, the big corporations don't give two shits about us. So what are you going to do? Starve to death? I mean, we all got to go sometime. Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. Goodbyes, you're going to get Phil McConnell locked back up again. He's exploiting Field, which I figured he would. Which is fine. He can do what he wants. If the court decides that he's not violating, then oh boy. Yeah. Oh well. Phil McConnell is sitting in the patio of a very nice, luxurious house, awaiting trial. He's going to be sitting there for a long, long time. You ain't going to see that house in Wisconsin probably ever again. All because of Tim Homesworth. I will be right back, folks. Alright, Amber, be quiet. Amber's getting all excited over there. Oh, my goodness. Oh, one thing, I gotta work on the sourcing of this microphone because I don't like using the camera mic. I get poor audio quality. Alright, let me get back in the loop here. Yeah, Vibes has another channel. He started it up on the 2nd of May. He's got 32 subscribers and one video. And of course, he's on the Field McConnell bandwagon, which, yeah, if people remember in one of my mobile thons, I predicted this was going to happen, that Dr. Goodbyes is going to take over, and that's exactly what he's done. And who knows, Eager Beaver may be running his channel. So we'll see how that works out. But I think that'd be a colossal waste of money because the amount that they would have to do that is, I don't know. We'll look it up and see. Well, we're not here to talk about fetal tissue and Pepsi. We're here to talk about the scammers. Although I suppose that, you know, the way this channel is going, all bets are off. I can talk about anything. Crazy. Barney Rubble the Bone Crusher have a new channel. Yep, Barney Rubble the Bone Crusher has a new channel. Now the guy ought to go play golf or something. I don't know. So, let's see. Okay, I'm going to put you back over there. Nope, that won't do me any good. Let's see, what have I got in here? Anything? Oh, Diane, I didn't know I had any credibility to begin with. So, the resident critic came in, said I don't have any credibility. So, okay. No credibility. I think Misha would have something to say about that one. Boom. Boom. Doesn't seem to be. Okay. Takes care of that. And 23 minutes. I guess he gave up. Goodbyes has put up a he's put up a YouTube channel, and I don't even know how I came across the damn thing, but it's the something report. I mean, whoop, get out of there. Gotta see if I can figure out where I found it now. Links. But that's one of those things I found it because somebody put up a link to it. Go get him! Go get him! Amber, hush. This is something fell over in the kitchen and it's got an Amber all upset. What's the matter, Amber? You all upset? Poor dog. Amber being a good watchdog tonight can be a nuisance sometimes because she barks her full head off at everything. Guy next door to me's got a motorcycle and every time he comes home, oh boy. Insect repellent seeds. Okay. I believe Roundup is in the middle of a lawsuit. I know Montana's got a lot of legal troubles right now. Alright, well, appreciate the help there, Shark. You have a good night. And happy moderating. So I'm going to be on the air probably for another 20 minutes or so, and then I'm going to close it down because I want to go in and dress up the software for tomorrow night. Because this is a highly capable piece of software, but I've got to get it set up for tomorrow in order to do it. Yeah, there's a lot of consolidation with these big companies, so you know, everybody's merging. And the big boys just keep getting bigger. I would not be surprised. Good night, Shark. You have a good one and all that good stuff. One of these days I'm going to start exploring over there again. Because maybe when Flight Simulator 2020 finally comes out, because I've got with this ultra wide monitor, I'll be playing that. Cut back on my live streaming a little bit and play my Flight Simulator. Okay, the echo is probably picking up the damn headphones. Let's see if the echo goes away when I unplug the headphones. So, that's more than likely what it is. Because the microphone on the camera is a little loud. So I'd be picking up. I'm surprised I don't get feedback from it. But, you know, but more than likely that's what it is. And if things work up tomorrow, things might look a little different in this room. We'll see. But I'm going to be checking. I'm expecting one more piece of equipment. I've gotten a whole bunch of equipment. You might notice that my lighting has improved a little bit because my new lights came and I set them up. That was one of the reasons I was kind of screwed up when I came in. But I'm going to be working to one step at a time get this thing up and running. Yeah, that's what it was, is the microphone that I'm using, because I can't, for some reason I can't get the Rode mic to work. The microphone was picking up the audio coming through the headphones and feeding it back into the room, and that's what was causing the echo. And so I unplugged the headphones and no more echo. Now there is a way that I can shut off the headphones from the board, but rather than screw around with that, I'm sorry I messed your head up, Mary. I guess. See, let me see if I can bring. Well, what I'll do is when I do the audio for tomorrow, I'll try and bring it down a little bit because I noticed that the VU meter is going up into orbit. So I'll see if I can fix that. Ooh, bad fire. Yeah, because what it was is I've got an overhead light that's over the top of my monitor. And that was what I was using in the past, and it looked like it would wash everything out. And what I did is I bought two lights for the back that are right over the top of the flag and on the extreme left and right, and it evens the lighting out. And it's a photo. These are photographer's lights, and they have ways of resetting things. So I played around with the settings, and I think I've got it to where things look a little bit more balanced and halfway even. So we'll see how that works. And so it's kind of like part one, and then tomorrow when things arrive, I'm going to do something about the black stripe at the bottom of the screen, because for some reason I couldn't get the camera to crop things right on that, so I'm going to have to work on that one. Yeah, we are the work pack, and we are the wolf pack in search of truth. Bert, I didn't do it. I didn't do what? What, we still have the echo? I know I didn't do something, I guess. Because I am trying to figure out. Alrighty, well I've turned off the Rode because the Rode's not doing anything. Yeah, well I unplugged the headset because I thought that was what was causing the situation, so we'll see what happens. Let me see something. I'm going to bring down the audio a little bit. Yeah. Alright, see if that helps out the situation with the audio. I brought the audio down. Um, and hopefully that'll... Oh, I didn't mess with your headache? Okay, I don't want to be the cause of anybody's headache. Because I know I can't monitor the headphones or use the headphones for monitoring because there's a lag. And I listen to myself come over the headphones about 2 seconds after I say something, and it's very confusing. So, constitutional lawyer in the DC area has been watching. Okay. Oh, we got this digital army fraud. Well, the constitutional lawyers more than welcome to watch. I have nothing to hide, unlike Timothy Holmset and people like the digital army. Alright, I'll turn it back up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I'm trying to do is keep it in. Alright, let's try. Well, I went all the way up. Well, Timothy's come in under his digital army moniker. I'm just a little surprised that the Pentagon Pedophile Task Force would have to have a bunch of YouTubers or a bunch of people on the internet running around doxing people. I mean, the federal governments should be able to do it on their own. But, I guess the Pentagon Pedophile Task Force is a typical operation where they can't tie their own shoes. Nobody pays me. I'm broke. You want to pay me? Nobody pays me. I'm just a retired truck driver, businessman, on Social Security. Thanks, moderate. I wish somebody would pay me. I could use the money. But I don't get paid by anybody, so if you know anybody that would pay me. Oh, Digital Army got timed out. Oh, well. No biggie. It's probably Timmy anyway. They'll come in as somebody else. I love these people. Okay, that's fine. Let them come back in. This time of night, I don't mind playing with the trolls because whoever this is, they come in about this time of night. It's always after midnight, 1 o'clock, so, depending on what time zone they're in, because, somebody's in probably the central time zone that's doing this, or even farther to the west. Yeah, nobody gives me any damn money, so. Yeah, it's either Mr. Holmseth or one of those other brain-dead idiots over there. Probably the idiot that started that blog or whatever the hell it is. And that's a freaking joke. But this is a pattern. Usually every damn night around this time, these people start popping in. I think one came in earlier. What are you going to do? Let's see. I've got 24 people in here, so. Interesting demands and names and threatening voice changer. Well, this is when Tim Holmseth just put a thing up on his Facebook page. This is probably one of the telephone calls that he made pretending that he was getting these calls. Tim Holmseth used to do this thing where he claimed people were making threatening phone calls and he was actually making them himself. Because he those things are easy to fake. I mean, the funny thing is, he's put up the damn calls that shows how easy it is. And when the calls Monoxide made to me were done with a tape recording. So Tim Holmseth probably got the idea to do the same thing with this transcription of a 2016 answering machine message from Mar-a-Lago to Timothy Charles Holmseth. And the problem is it was done to a voice changer. So Tim Holmseth probably made the call to himself because Tim Holmseth at that time had both a landline and a cell phone. Because what's interesting coincidence is Tim Holmseth and I had the same landline phone system. And so it was easy to see what was going on there. See. So he's basically going after whoever he thinks made the call. But oh yeah, Timmy Holmseth would love to see me off the air. I mean, Randy has threatened to take me down. He wants me off the air. It's I don't even have 1,000 people on here. Tim Holmseth, according to his YouTube, or this shit command he's got going on over on YouTube's got thousands of people. So we probably paid out $20 to get all these subscribers he has over there. Because let's see, let me go down. I'm just curious what he's claiming. See, is this YouTube? Yeah. See how many people he's got over on YouTube. Alright, now Tim has got 5,266 views. He's got 20,800 subscribers, and yet he's got to burr up his ass for someone that's got 23 people online. Let's see my view average is here. Your channel. Let's see, I've got 786 subscribers. I've gotten a few more. And let's see. Got 23 watching right now. 496 views. My views have gone up. I'm nowhere near him. I mean, he's a media powerhouse. He should be, he's probably, if you figure that Tim Holmseth was making $1 per subscriber per show, he'd be making about $50,000 right now. All $1. He's got PayPal, he's got Patreon, so. What's Randy gonna do, sit on you? God, she'd probably squash me like a bug. And that's like having an elephant sit on me. That wouldn't work out. I'd be going, help, help, oh my God. 2-ton Tammy. Oh, here we go. You don't think a constitutional lawyer can find where you keep your funds? Maybe your pets can be seized. Woo! Threatening to take my dogs. Well, if your digital army can find the funds, let me know so I can get them, because I don't know where any funds are. Why did you do that? Moderate, the next time he comes in, don't delete him. I want to play with this idiot. And it's the problem when you do that is then I don't have a record. I have to screenshot these, and you beat me to it, because I want to nail that son of a bitch. But if that turd has a constitutional lawyer, whoever the hell that is, because all lawyers are constitutional if they're members of the Bar Association. I don't have any damn funds. If I had funds, I would not be sitting in a 30-year-old trailer with no air conditioning, and this cheap ass backdrop I've got in the back here, all wrinkled up. I'd have myself some professional grade equipment. But it's the same idiot that comes in here every time I go live. Same one, just a different name. They're using the digital army. What a fucking joke. Alright, thanks, Extreme. No, I don't. I don't fault you for clocking him out. I know people usually don't like him in here, but I like playing around with him. And usually my show is usually over at midnight, so this is kind of I'm on overtime. So the digital phony can come in here and have at it. But I don't know what the constitutional lawyer is going to do with my dogs. They're both rescues. They're not purebreds. So, they wouldn't get any money out of them. It's just usually the reason you don't seize a dog just to seize a dog. Oh no, no, don't be sorry, because that's why I put you in here is to moderate. But I just feel like fooling around with them for a little while. Uh, well, Digital Army, that's a false narrative. Number one, Tim Holmeseth seems to be obsessed with his own children, dressing them up in girls' clothing. You do remember those pictures of Tim Holmeseth with his boy dressed up as a girl, and he thinks that's pretty normal, especially with a kind of just a suggestive hug. And let us know while you're in here, maybe you can. Whoa, what happened there? Okay. Let me bring this down to about here. I may have gotten my output back. Well, that's going to be up to somebody to let me know. We'll do this. Okay, I don't know. It was something I did over on my Brio board. I turned the mic off on the camera, which is weird. But it was just a simple problem. At least now I don't have to keep typing. So, well, the digital army and whoever else came in here, I guess God decided to turn my audio back on. So, okay, let me bring it down. Okay, I downed it down to. Ooh, boy, you're right. Holy crap! All right, let's try it there. Audio. All right, I'll go with that. Oh, they have nothing else better to do. I don't know why Timmy doesn't do something like this. I mean, you can do it on Facebook. Yeah, there's all kinds of social media. You can't do it on YouTube anymore because he messed that up. I don't think it's the road doing this because I turned the road. I turned the road off. What's with the dildo army? I have no idea. Oh, here we are. Satanist, the scared. Jesus Christ, I wish people would learn how to spell. Thank you, moderate. Appreciate it. I'm not sure what's going on here. I wanted to use the road because it's a better sound. So I'm going to have to work on that. Yeah. Jesus decided that he got a reprieve, so. Yeah, these trolls can get really weird sometimes. Yeah, it must be whatever they're drinking over there. And I hit the wrong thing. Oops. Bring it on here. Alright, I'm going to go a little over here. That's the nice thing about being retired. I can spend all the time in the world on the internet. The firm is going to erase Tim Charles Holmes's brain. Does he have a brain to erase? How the hell did this get on his brain? I'm not understanding this. Huh, I didn't know Holmeseth had a brain to erase. So I guess he decided to talk about people or... Well, I guess I guess I'm not the only one getting trolled. Yeah, I don't understand. Well, of course, Timmy can't get in here under his own name because he's blocked from YouTube. So I guess he's got to come in under some fake name. Digital Army. Cyber terrorism at work. Well, people believe that, idiots, so they, you know, they want to believe endocrine is made from babies, and that's, you know, that's how stupid these people are. Of course, considering they listen to Tim Holmseth, there, you know, there's not too much beer in the bottle on that one. Yeah, you're right about that, fireman. I love these people. I gotta love these idiots. Welcome to Stupid and the pitiful, pathetic, the pitiful, pathetic task force. The fake of the day. Person that's one step removed from the President of the United States has to drive around in a car full of junk stealing Wi-Fi. He can't even afford his own Wi-Fi. How pathetic is that? You know, you can put a hotspot on a cell phone. You don't have to go out and steal Wi-Fi from a restaurant unless you can't afford to even have a decent cell phone. Well, there's no justice for Levi the Face because he's not guilty of anything. Oh, now you're insulting the fillet of fish. Wake up, little Timmy, wake up and get a brain. Wake up, little Timmy, wake up and get a little brain. Even the smallest brain, it would be nice. Roy Warren Marshall. Interesting. Wake up, little Timmy, get a brain. Wake up, little Timmy, you're insane. La la la. Timmy going through the tulips, tulips. Atlanta has a lot of ghouls. Dr. GB answering the call. Alright, I'm gonna... Hey, for all of you interested, this is where the weirdo has set up his new YouTube page. This is Dr. Feelgood. Dr. Feel You Up. There you go, Digital Army. You can go watch your Love God. Somebody riding Field's coattails like I predicted months ago. What's Atlanta's airport known for? It's one of the busiest hubs in the southeast United States. It's an extremely busy airport. And the Atlanta airport is known for someone getting me a copy of this little book here. And you never guess who gave me the copy of this book. Somebody Timmy Holmseth probably does not like. Can I speak to your manager, Evil? Yeah. Timothy Homestead, barbecued pig ass. Timmy ought to get some Brill cream, you know, a little dabble to you, and maybe you keep him looking like alfalfa revisited. Oh, well, I'll tell you something. If you haven't been watching the news lately, nobody's flying anywhere. I haven't been on an airplane in quite a long time. There's such a thing known as the coronavirus lockdown. And you would be quite surprised what I would be doing in Atlanta. Your constitutional lawyer should be able to tell you that. I don't know why you're asking me all the questions. You know, you got your constitutional lawyer that should have all this paperwork. You shouldn't even need to go and hire a bunch of bloggers. I mean, the constitutional lawyer should be able to do this all on his own. You know, this is what I find so funny is, you know, Tim's got this digital army, and why is it necessary to have a digital army? You got a constitutional lawyer, you've got this Pentagon thingamaboogie that can get all this information. And you got the power of the United States government. Why would you guys need a bunch of brain fart conspiracy nuts to go around to do all this? Why can't the constitutional lawyer do all this? Makes no sense. You know, answer that one, Digital Army. Why this weird block? Why can't the Digital Army, why can't, you know, General Flynn has a lot of friends in the intelligence community. He should be able to make a phone call and say, hey, you know, here's a list of 20 people. Check them out. I have no contact with Greg Sawyer. So if you want to tell Greg Sawyer hi, you're going to have to go do it yourself. I have absolutely no contact with Greg Sawyer. And you didn't answer my question, Digital Army. Why is it necessary for General Flynn to even have a digital army? He's got the power of the United States government. He's a personal friend of Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump can call up William Barr and get all the information he wants. He doesn't need some stupid digital army to do it for him. You know, answer that question. Or don't you have an answer for it? You know, this is one of these things that people need to think about. You know, they come in here and they say, oh, we've got this digital army, and we got this QAnon website where we doxing all these people, and yet, you know, one call to Donald J. Trump and he gave a dossier on every one of us. And just like that. Wouldn't need a digital army, wouldn't need Tim Homestead to give out all these crazy messages and everything. It would all be done by the federal government. Nope. Nobody has a logical answer to that one. So how come on there, Digital Army, explain why Timothy Homestead finds it necessary to have this so-called Operation Boomerang. I think that boomerang hit Tim Homestead in the head just 1 minute and one time too many. Maybe he put the brakes on his car too fast and hit the windshield or something, because, you know, his eggs are scrambled up there. You're avoiding the question, Digital Army, why can't Timothy Holmseth call up Donald J. Trump and have Donald J. Trump do all this? Why does he have to revert to some bunch of people on the internet? You know, why can't you answer that question, Digital? Come on, Digital. Earth to Digital. You read. Beep. Earth to Digital. Do you read? Beep. Oh, come on, Digital. Answer my question. Why do you drift off into the wrong direction here and avoid my questions? Yeah, come on. Why does General Flynn have to have a bunch of losers create a web page to dox people when the federal government can do it themselves? You know, what's the deal here? Why can't General Flynn? Is General Flynn that incompetent that he can't use the resources of the United States government to find the information he needs? Hell, he could call up that idiot from WikiLeaks or whatever it is. Yeah, I wouldn't be a bit. See, you know, this is the thing, manager. He's completely ignoring me. He's just going around. Who the hell is this person? You know, he's giving out names of people I've never even heard of. So if anybody can fill me in on who this Virago Maiden person, let me know who that is. No, this is the same troll that comes in every night. Be nice if he stuck with the same username, but I guess he's got to advertise the digital army. But I'll tell you, that doesn't speak too well for General Flynn. I mean, when General Flynn is that incompetent, send his ass to jail, because he sure as hell don't know how to be a general. I mean, you know, the Army intelligence should be able to find a dossier on all of us in about 3 seconds. Me especially. You know, if General Flynn can't figure out who I am, then he has no business being in the Army. He's that incompetent. Because I guarantee you, one phone call and General Flynn would know who I am in a heartbeat. And it wouldn't take somebody that high in the command to figure out who I am. The digital army's never going to figure it out. They haven't figured it out in 12 years. They ain't going to figure it out ever. Because they wouldn't be trolling me if they did. But for some reason, I got Tim Holmseth scared shitless. I have a feeling I know why, but I'm keeping that one under wraps. In case he doesn't know. Well, it's been 25 minutes. I guess he's over here. Yeah, just repeating Holmeseth's crap. That's a big zero. Well, Digital Army has not answered any of my questions yet. Isn't that remarkable? Because you know, Digital Army, this does get recorded, so people are going to know that I've asked you 10 times and you refuse to answer the question. I'm not scared. You're the one that's scared, you know, because you won't answer the question. Why refuse to answer my question there, Digital? Cat got your tongue? You know, if I was scared, I would not be on the internet. I would be hiding out in the woods like that Unabomber guy did. I would be off the grid if I was scared. I wouldn't be here in the public with all the information out there. I would be in hiding. So I am not scared. I'm not the one driving around in a car full of junk with his windows covered with clothing so people can't figure out where he's at. Stealing Wi-Fi. Looking out the left window, looking out the right window, looking around, making sure that he's not being followed. You know, Tim Holmeseth is the one that's scared. He can't even go to court for a misdemeanor. How pathetic is that? A lousy misdemeanor and Tim Holmeseth skips out. Sheesh. Yeah, he missed a golden opportunity to get a lot of information into court by not showing up. At least Phil McConnell has the balls to stick around and argue for himself. You know, Phil McConnell's got a lot more balls than Tim Holmeseth ever will have. Yep, there's Digital Army avoiding me again. Digital Army doesn't have an answer. Digital Army is screwed up and Digital Army knows it. So Digital Army is just posting bullshit. That's it, Digital. Just change the subject. You want to keep going. You're proving my point to everybody that's in here and everybody that's going to see this recording that you cannot answer a simple question. You simply refuse to answer a simple question. You're the one that scared Digital Army because you know that you're in the wrong. So all you can do is just come in here and troll and just put the fingers in your ears and not listen. Digital Army is so pathetic that he has to come in here and troll a room full of 11 people. Medusa! Whatever. And once again, Digital Army is avoiding my question. Digital Army in the avoidance game. Yeah, look at that for a while. No, I'm not mad that he didn't go to court. All Tim Holmeseth does is prove what a big coward he is. You know how pathetic it is not to go to court over a misdemeanor? Phil McConnell didn't run away. Phil McConnell could have gotten in his hearse and gone into hiding. He stayed around. He allowed himself to get arrested, and he did the smart thing. Phil McConnell was on the air for almost 2 months, getting his field report out there. What was Tim Holmeseth doing? He was hiding. Every once in a while he'd pop up with a blog, or he'd pop up with a short monologue in a car full of junk. But Phil McConnell, he was in the air an hour, every single day. Right now, Phil McConnell is resting, looks healthy, in a nice, comfortable house. Oh, I know Tim Holmeseth is a pig. Yeah, but Phil McConnell's sticking up for himself. Phil McConnell's going to go to court. He's going to defend himself. Tim Holmeseth will never do that. What's with the pig, 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 pig? I mean, your keyboard is stuck. What, you calling Phil McConnell a pig? That's one way to avoid the question, is to sit there and type pig, pig, pig all over you know, all over the place. Oink, 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 oink. Oink, 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 oink. Wow, that's weird. Somebody's having a temper tantrum. Big, 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 big. Oh my God. That is so pathetic. Somebody's losing it on my chat. Anyway, Digital Army still refuses to answer my question. So sad. Digital Army is scared of little old Merc. How pathetic is that? Yeah, at least you got my name right. You even spelled it right. Congratulations. Feels like credits in a movie here. William Murtathon, Chad Cater, Tom Morrissey, Julie Tremp, all members of the Task Force for Truth. Mary Lee! You turning on Mary Lee? Oh, that's a sin. Mary Lee's the only friend that Tim Holseth has left. Well, you know, the only true friend. Ree Griffiths, Barbara Johnson, who are these two? Shirley Rendix. Nobody doesn't like Sarah Lee. Well, Sarah Lee does make some good stuff. I mean, she might be eating it in excess. Lollipop, lollipop, I'm gonna suck a lollipop. Okay, tell Merc to suck it. What's the matter? You can't tell me yourself? God, that's something kindergarten taught. Yeah, we're having a roll call, folks. Must be over on that Websleuth. You know, like Websleuth is a forum. I don't go there, but Mark Class, yeah. Mark Class called Tim Holseth a fraud. Thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah, James Velez Mitchell. That's a true professional. And I will be right back again, and Amber's probably going to start barking her full head off. Oh, Amber, push. Hey, Amber. Jesus Christ. Amber. Hush. Yeah. Amber's a good announcer. She lets me know, lets everybody know when I'm coming back. Okay, what have I missed here?
How much I love it.
Oh, let's see. Okay, doesn't look like much has been going on since I've gone. Oh, Tricia Griffith would love to hear that she's being accused of being a child trafficker. Some are scared of Randy Erickson. They're afraid of getting sat on. Having a 400-pound elephant sitting on you is no joy. Yeah, they're afraid of malpractice. Dr. Goodbyes will probably paralyze you if you went to him. You're sure to support him. Guy's a joke. Well, I don't know how you're going to support Dr. Goodbyes being over here, but that's your choice. Well, at least I didn't miss anything. Woo, boy, we're getting... That's not very Christian-like there, Digital. Oh, well. Yeah, I heard a president that did that. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think Tim Homseth did that. It's alleged anyway, you know, that was the petition for divorce was adultery, if I remember correctly, and it was against Tim Homseth. Ooh, wow. Timmy, I never thought. Digital Army, I thought you were a God-fearing Christian. Well, that kind of blew that rumor out. Oh, I love these. Maybe Tim got cat scabies. That would be cool. Be like Derek and got cat scabies. Who's claiming to be ex-military? Boy, somebody's getting seriously drunk. Is that what you're drinking in there, Digital Army? You swallow, huh? You swallow. Oh, I love this channel. Now, Digital Army, don't forget it. Come back in here tomorrow night. 10 o'clock p.m. We'll be here. Jeez. Okay, I think digital clocked out. If you haven't seen them. Yeah, you're welcome, Kev. I don't know for what. Yeah, he just left on his own. I looked around and he's gone. Probably passed out. Yeah, when he gets drunk, he swears a lot. Talks dirty. So well, by the time he comes back, I'll probably be shut down because I'm not going to be on for much longer. Yeah, at least I think I've got the levels worked out. Because I'm a little past my deadline here, I wanted to try and straighten out some of the features with this channel so I'll be able to broadcast tomorrow night. And so I'm probably going to work on that. I got one final touch coming for the studio. Kind of get rid of the sloppiness back here. At least work on one step towards that. Wildebeest. Wow, a person did that. Jeez. Got a story up on in the internet about the Southwest hit and killed somebody on the tarmac as it landed, and it bent the hell out of the shroud on the engine. But that's physics for you. Of course, you know, too many people wouldn't understand physics and science and stuff like that. Yeah, they're not interested in smart stuff. They just want to talk about shit. Breaker 10-4. Well, what it is, it's the darn, it's the webcam. And I gotta find out why I can't get the Rode to come through. Because I got a nice expensive Rode microphone. Of course, I could always hook up my blue. I'd hook up my blue mic, but it picks up the tapping on my desk. And I'm a tapper. Tap, 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 tap. But I'm going to work on all this tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think Tim likes seeing his past coming up. So, I'm going to write about that. This particular thing that's on the screen, I'm going to write about tomorrow, I think. That loser never did answer my question, because the thing you got to ask yourselves is, why would General Flynn, or the federal government for that matter, go around asking a bunch of people on the internet to do their work for them when they can do it? What in the hell is that? Not me. Two pigs on a blanket. Well, I'll tell you, Tim Holmseth, there's a couple of U.S. Marshals that Tim Holmseth isn't going to want to see. I can guarantee you that. He has no idea what the U.S. Marshals have in store for him if they ever get their hands on him. Ignorance is bliss, and Tim Holmseth is quite ignorant right now. He has no idea what's going to be facing him. Interesting. What's this about? Alright. Yeah. A wimp and a blimp. That's pretty damn accurate, fireman. Yeah, that's about where it's at. But whew, boy, we went long tonight. What I'm going to do is 1:47 at 2 o'clock Eastern, I'm going to call it. Right now, I'm just kind of staying in here for the trailers. Four times 4 is 20. 4 times 4 times 20. Okay. Yep, all I gotta do is follow the smell. I petted a poor tracking dog. It's got a smell that would probably kill a tracking dog. Ooh. Anonymous is picked up. This was just sent to me. Where the hell did this? Oh, QAnon. QAnon is the one where this came from. I wish oh yeah, QAnon channel's all worked up about Mr. Holmes. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, let me over here. Data and an input, and an image. Browse. Okay, why didn't it? Alright, let me... Not understanding why this isn't loading. Well, I wanted to put that in the room, but it's not going to come in. There. Alright. Let me do that. Let me close this one. There it is. Somebody just sent this to me. This is on a QAnon message board. So they yeah, even the QAnons don't like them. That's funny. Who knows? I'm beginning to wonder if it was QAnon that sent me all this material, because it's coming on the same account. Now, the same account that sent me all these other papers is the one that sent me Well, QAnon's been involved in a long time. They don't like him. They've disavowed him several times before. But the problem is that so many people have jumped on the QAnon bandwagon, it's hard to figure out, who's really QAnon and who isn't. And it's just, it's like Anonymous. People used to barge in on the Anonymous, and okay, let me go in here. So they would, Anonymous has gotten so screwed up now. And I'm having a hard time filtering that. That's why it's one of those things where I'm still working out how the software works. It's been an interesting night, folks. Got off to a little bit of a rush start tonight, but we're getting there. I would prefer having my road mic hooked up, so I'm going to have to work on that. There's a possibility, depending on my schedule, I may be doing a kind of a preview chat or live stream tomorrow. More than likely it's going to be on Twitter, but I'm not sure yet because I want to test out a piece of equipment that I'm going to be using for my live streams when I'm down in Fort Lauderdale or Denver or wherever I may wind up. So I'll see how all that works out. Well, he's getting what he wants. He's getting real famous. He's getting to the point now where he's a public figure, and that means that, when you're a public figure, there's a lot of latitude on what people are allowed to say about you. He's already a public figure because he claims to be part of this government task force. Well, I have mixed feelings about whether I feel sorry for people that gave money to him or not, because they should have had the brains to realize that, he's not legitimate. It's his own damn fault, or their own damn fault that they gave money to this fool. They just... it's... what are you going to do? Yeah, there you go. He'll be able to get him on the inmate search. Just like we did with Field. And matter of fact, this is Friday night. They usually do their updates on the weekend. I want to check something. just in case. Because the calendar call was scheduled for today, but they canceled it because of the virus. And for some reason, they're not updating their court page. So I want to check. Because usually at Friday night, their updates are up. And there's nothing. Let me go down here to the schedules. Nope, they're not updating. Boy, this is here. These people are getting as bad as Pierce County. They're not updating their information. Because I still got the calendar call up on the roster here, even though they didn't hold it. And nothing about any rescheduling or the fact that it was canceled. So, Broward County, you're getting sloppy. Okay, 1 minute to go. Because I gotta get some stuff done here. I'm gonna continue having a sloppy system. This should end in an apology on his channel, or we will go another way. Who's got to apologize here? I missed out. Gotcha. You will never get an apology either out of McConnell or out of Homestead. Neither one of those people will apologize. I have no capability of doing that. Well, good night, firemen. It is now 2 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Time, and I am going to close it out. I appreciate everybody showing up. Hopefully tomorrow I won't be so damn sloppy with this thing. And if everything works out, you're going to see an interesting change to my system. But, you know, we'll all have to wait and see how this is going to work. Yeah, McConnell, I think, was sucked into this. He thought he was going to make more money off the books and maybe off of donations and stuff, and it blew up in his face. And now he's paying a huge price for being involved with Timothy Homestead. But that's what happens. Anyway, thanks for showing up, everybody. It's been an interesting night, and even though my wrenches have gone, I want to thank them for their help. And thank the Trolls Digital Army for providing a little bit of entertainment tonight, showing us how foolish people are. Yeah, it probably is messed up, but I'm going to be working on that. Anyway, y'all have a good night. This is William K. Murtathon. Work on this one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.